First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming in here. And if you can stand, stand. If you cannot, just bow your head. Oh, Almighty Father, most gracious Father, despite the weather, you brought us all in here safely. I know you're going to return us safely. In everything we do, we put you first. We put you in the middle, and we put you at the end of it. Oh, Almighty Father, this is for a good cause. Those of us who gathered together to remember our alma mater, and this evening, we're putting our heads together to try and donate and enrich our alma mater in our own little ways. But
the national anthem.
Very much. Please give yourselves a big round of applause. The reading of the object of the association, objectives of the association by Dr. Bright Okongo. Dr. Okorobo, please.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome everyone to this August occasion. Also, thank you for honoring us with your presence today. The object of EGHOSA Alumni is to encourage and foster the ideal of service amongst the alumni as a basis of worldly enterprise, and in particular, to encourage and foster, first, the renewal of acquaintance amongst members as an opportunity for service to our alma mater. Second, promote high ethical standards in business and professions, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each alumnus occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Third, the application of the ideal of service and professional ethics in each alumnus' personal, business, and community life. And the last but not the least is fifth, the advancement of regional and international understanding, goodwill, and peace through a world fellowship of business and professional men united in the ideal of service. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the rest of the evening.
I want us to know that when we are raising funds, we also need to have fun. As a master of ceremony, I throw in one or two jokes. And if you like it, please you clap for me. If you don't, still clap for me. So in my country, a company was started and we had a laborer. That's what we call people that cut the grass. He was new, he didn't go to school. And eventually he rose to be the director of environmental department. And along the line, other graduates were all employed. And the owner of the company sent them abroad every year for vacation. So they were having lunch with this gentleman who was a laborer, and they started asking him questions. You've been to so many countries, he said yes. Japan, say yes. London, yes. Brazil, yes. So many countries. So one of them told him, you must know your geography. He said, I've been there too. Thank you very much. Please give me a big round of applause. Thank you very much. I'm going to call on the president to please give us an opening remark. Please let us welcome the president to the microphone.
Thank you, Leslie. Mr. Chairman, keynote speaker, the youth guest speaker. I don't see her yet, but I'm sure she's on her way. Or is she here somewhere? She's on her way. She's on her way. Okay. His Excellency, Ambassador Morige, fellow alumni, distinguished guests. It's been a pleasure to welcome you to the 23rd fundraising event of our association, the EGHOSA Alumni Association in New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania chapter. This is our first social event after the paralysis caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. We thank the Lord Almighty for protecting us from the ills of the pandemic. Tonight we are gathered here to reaffirm our commitment towards upgrading the scholastic work at our alma mater, EGHOSA Alumni School, in the beautiful city of Benin, city in Nigeria. We are gathered here with friends and well-wishers, many of whom have supported this association in past events. We are grateful for your continued support. From our first inaugural outing in 2004, this association has been part and parcel of the transformation changes that have taken place in the school. We have renovated and equipped the science lab in conjunction with the African Diocese of Benin. We have contributed to the renovation of classrooms as well as the assembly hall. In addition, we have contributed to various scholarship schemes for both the students and the teachers. Today, our fundraising effort is to provide healthcare services in the school. This will provide first aid capability for the students as well as the teachers. The school has trained various caliber of professionals, and this is now the time to give back to a brighter pathway for the current and future students. Tonight, we are blessed to have in our midst Ms. Jane Toby, EGHOSA Grammar School 60 years ago. Ms. Toby, please stand up for the Ms. Toby was part of the American Peace Corps initiative of JFK Kennedy, the president. Ms. Toby has been a great friend of this association. As you come into this hall, you will have noticed some artwork on display for auctioning. Those artwork were presented to us by Ms. Toby from the work done by our students 60 years ago. Ms. Toby, we thank you. Ms. Toby, we thank you for your contribution to the education of many old students of the grammar school. The chairman of this event, Dr. Sunday Ero, is a practicing orthopedic spine surgeon in Jacksonville, Florida. Dr. Ero is a 1972 graduate of the school, and I'm glad to welcome you to this event. In addition, I recognize the president of the keynote speaker, Dr. Segari, who is a good friend of this association. Dr. Segari, welcome. I also recognize the presence of the president of the Abbeyvideo Old Guest Association, that is what we call the sister school of the EGHOSA Alumni in Benin City. The president is here somewhere. Madam President, thank you. Welcome. We also welcome the president of the Doe Boys High School, again, that's another brotherly school of us, and I think the president is here somewhere. We recognize the presence of the president of Ivy Sorority, as well as the president of EGHOBA Association, and the president of the Doe Club of New Jersey. I welcome you all. I thank you all for your participation in this fundraising. At this juncture, and especially during occasions like this, we try to remember our colleagues who were once part of the charter members of this association who are no longer with us. I remember Dr. Ebenezer Tokiti, Dr. Emmanuel Saike, Mr. Funsho Morige, and Mr. Ezekiel Oseki. I also like to remember and honor the memory of Ms. Irene Morige, the wife of Mr. Charles Morige, the pioneer member who was with us right from the beginning. Please let us observe a moment of silence in their memory. If you can rise, please rise. If not, sit. May the souls of the departed rest in peace. Amen. Memory be a blessing to all. Amen. Please. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the members of this association for their contribution and hard work. The gentlemen in the members page rock, and they deserve all the accolades. I would also like to recognize the contribution of all the spouses of the members for their support. What you see here tonight is the result of a collaborative work, even though I may be the face of the association. I'm grateful to my wife for understanding and support, especially during all those Zoom meetings and attending in-person meetings. So thank you, madam. I also like to thank the DJ, Abbey Music Production, the MC of this occasion, Mr. Leslie Warren, and the management of Crown Plaza Hotel. Lastly, I would like to acknowledge the selfless contribution of my friend and colleague, I don't think he's here yet, Dr. Peter Abu, who has volunteered his musical expertise for our listening pleasure during the fundraising event. He will be here later if he's not here already. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in our efforts to rebuild and enhance the educational atmosphere in our school. Please note that our association is a 501c3 organization, and so your contributions are tax deductible to the extent allowed by the applicable state regulations. Please give generously, and you will be rewarded 1,000-fold. As we go along, we also honor the son of one of our members, Mr. Ose Ohiwere, who has been awarded an Emmy Award. So flags flying. Okay. You are an EGHOSA graduate by association and by birth. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening and enjoy all the beautiful food and dances and music that will be provided by the DJ, the jokes by the MC, and the nutritious food by the Crown Plaza Hotel. Thank you. Thank you all so much.
Again, welcome the president to the microphone, please.
I mentioned earlier on that I might be the face, but there are folks who are constantly working to keep this going. And so, gentlemen, as I call your name, if you're in the hall, just stand up for recognition. Dr. Chris Ajobo, I know he's not here, but he has to be at the conference. Dr. Matthew Igwe. Dr. Igwe. Dr. Igwe, over there, thank you. Mr. Dosa Ajobo. Dr. Mike Itomi is a distant member. He's in Charlotte, so he's not here. Mr. Alex Osagi Orisa, as the assistant PRO. Prince Valentine Lobo Osula. Mr. Daniel Akufo. Chief Chris Gehon. Mr. Manifo Bam Zapata, Mr. Chris Edangbe, Mr. Sonny Yasa is a distant member in Louisiana, Dr. Vladimir Iwere, Dr. Bright Okurombo, the General Secretary, Mr. Charles Omorege, Mr. Patrick Osage, Mr. Jerry Osaibovo, that is the encyclopedia of all the names, that's all the numbers. Dr. Philip Igbinandolo is a distant member in Charlotte. Mr. George Omoruwa Omogun, Mr. David Majagwahi is in Nigeria, is a member. Mr. Rick Omokawa is a distant member in California. Mr. Alex Uzanere. Mr. Julius Idehem. Gentlemen, those are the charter members. Thank you all, gentlemen, for what you do. It's a lesson. Thank you.
Distinguished Chairman, all protocols observed. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Yes, my name is Alex. I wonder why my father named me Alex. My last name is Joseph Orese. I live in the greatest city in the United States. That is East Orange. That's my essence. You are all welcome. I won't take your time. I have been saddled with this difficult task of the raffle ticket. And listen, if you look towards where you have beside it, this is 65-inch TV, brand new. It was donated by a member. One of you might get that. You see, these are the tickets now I've collected. If I came to you to collect this money, please, it is just you helping school. You know, so I thank all of you. If you cannot afford it, there's no shame. Just say, I'm sorry, I can't. We're not going to force you. You know. Apart from that, we have what they call 50-50. There's a handsome gentleman, his name is Patrick. Patrick, come over here, please. Let him see you for recognition. Mr. Patrick lives in New York. He was my senior in school, but I didn't know him. But he wasn't a bad senior. We had some seniors who were wicked, but he wasn't wicked. He is very good at convincing people to buy. We are going to have a 50-50 raffle ticket. Please, this is for the school. We are over 400 in the United States. We are everywhere like Chinese. If you go to Canada, everywhere. So what we're trying to say, in fact, is that we were handling. I told them that we should sell this for $5, but they said no, $10. I said, don't scare. But it's 50-50. You might win. 50 comes to EGHOSA, and 50 goes to you. Okay, please help us be generous.
So what you're saying that, okay.
Listen, please.
Whatever we collect, so we get 50% of it. So if 200 of you here now pay $10, that means 200. Then 50% of it comes to EGHOSA, while 50% goes into your pocket. So please, feel free and be generous.
Yes.
So cheap.
Thank you all. We'll take the time.
Yes.
And we have an iPad. We have a lot of consolation prizes.
You forgot the air fryer.
No. So we have air fryer.
Yes.
It was donated by this gentleman here. Thank you. Yes, so please just patronize us, okay? Because you patronize us and we also help. So thank you very much. And we appreciate all of you and all our distinguished and handsome gentlemen here. Thank you.
Let's give the salesman a good round of applause. You do a great job. The chairman for this special occasion. Please let us welcome Dr. Sunday U. Aero, MD. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. MC. And I really want to thank everybody for coming, and especially the president for inviting me for this occasion. I'm going to depart a little bit from tradition. I'm actually going to give my talk using some slides. I just felt there were some slides that will tie some things together for the group. So I'm going to need somebody to help me run the slides. So let me set that up. I apologize that a lot of people, probably our distinguished guests and some people on that side may not see these slides, but I think it'll behoove you to try to see them. So again, in starting, Mr. President, Mr. Keynote Speaker, Mr. Ambassador, and other distinguished guests, fellow alumni, thank you for being here. EGHOSA has been good to all of us. That's why we are here. So, EGHOSA is our alma mater, and I think we all know what that means. I was in Nigeria last Christmas, and some of the pictures you see here were taken while I was there. The gentleman to my right on the picture, that's Mohammed Yusufu, who is a retired Deputy General. Next slide. The class of 72 is going to be highlighted quite a bit, not because other classes are not important, other classes are very important, but I happen to be a member of the class of 72, and I believe that when you are in one class, as we all know, you are together for 5 years continuously. And so you get to know each other very well. You become like family. Just like this group here, from what I can see so far, it's like family. I felt like coming here is like coming home. because I've not seen some of the members for over 50 years. So we are all family. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the principles that molded us while we were at EGHOSA. Again, some of the gentlemen here you can recognize. I think you guys know Momodu already, but I'm standing between Osamako Odigier and Dr. Fred Aboraye, also class of 72. But I wanted to actually show the principles that actually impacted our lives during our 5 years. And I believe I listed the ones that actually were there when we were there. If I missed anyone, please somebody remind me. I think the first one when we got there was S.I. Ayala Owangwa. I'm sure everybody here remembers Ayala and his disciplinary mechanisms. And after him was Mr. Osifo, S.I. Osifo. All the sports enthusiasts here will understand what Mr. Osifo did as principal for EGHOSA. EGHOSA became very competitive in sports. Before Osifo, Edo College was the main sport team in the city. But with Osifo, we did well in soccer, we did well in the Graya Cups in athletics, so that was his legacy. Boriman was next. He was kind of transitional for us, so don't have a lot to say about that. But then came Reverend Canon Ayeni, who was the last principal that we had when we were there. Ayeni was instrumental in some ways of trying to close the gap between academics and sports. So I wanted to talk about that because when we attend institutions, we are molded by the administrators, especially the principals. So I wrote this quote. Up here. I'm sure everybody can read that quote, but we all know who says that. That was Ayala's quote. Seest thou a man diligent in his work? He shall stand before kings and not before mean men. When he used to say that, I always wondered what he was talking about. But as I've grown over the years, and I realized everybody sitting in this room fully accomplished. We are before kings, but not before mean men. That means we are not in prison. We are not being chased by other people. So I'd like to congratulate everybody for that and to recognize what Ayala Owangwa used to talk about. Seest thou a man diligent in his work, you shall stand before kings and not before mean men. So where are we now at EGHOSA? Well, on the general man in the picture here is the current principal, Venerable Osako Edokolo. I was lucky enough to meet him when I went to Nigeria over the holidays. You know, he has a difficult job to do, trying to bring EGHOSA back to where it used to be. So I said, not what it used to be, EGHOSA is not what it used to be. But we all know that in life, there's only one thing that's constant, change. Things are always changing. EGHOSA has changed. We are all here today to try and get EGHOSA to change back, to probably exceed what it used to be. And so we hope the Venerable Sakwedo Polo will help us do that. Next slide. My classmate and friend, Professor Tony Okorodudu, I borrowed this from him. In the 50th anniversary of the 72 class, which was held last year, Dr. Krodudu gave the keynote speech. And one of the things, or some of the things he talks about, was 3 questions we should all ask out and answer about our alma mater. There are several questions, but they were very 3 pointed questions. I thought I could borrow that from him, so I'm giving credit. Number 1, was the infrastructure acceptable? Those of you who have been to Benin lately, how many people have been to Benin lately? Okay. How many people have seen the campus of EGHOSA lately? How many people remember what the campus was? Okay, let me try and jog some memories here. So when we were there, we all know that we had a major road dividing the campus. We had the dormitory side and the classroom side. Now EGHOSA is just half of that. And the infrastructure is definitely not the same. Some things need to be done to help out with that. Then the question about how are the current students' performances, both in academics and sports. Dr. Krodudu rated those performances on a scale of 5, 2 to 3, as well as rating the infrastructure 2 to 3. Not very good on a scale of 1 to 5. But the third question is, how are the former students doing in our society? I think I can say without any doubt that the former students of EGHOSA Anglican Grammar School are excelling quite well in all their endeavors, all across the country and probably across the world. Across the world. Thank you. Amen to that. So I think those 3 questions, we should all ponder those questions. We are here today to raise some funds to help EGHOSA. I think if you ponder those questions hard enough, you will know what the funds need to go, and therefore we all should try to support. Another question that came up: why did we choose to attend EGHOSA Anglican Grammar School? Again, this was a question that was answered by DIG Mohammed Yusufu, whose picture you all see here, also class of 72. And we all have to ask ourselves, at the ages when we started secondary school, our parents probably sent us there. And, but also we had some choices. And he actually answered some of those questions in his own way in the 50th anniversary program. But I think I want everybody to also ponder that question. Why did I attend EGHOSA? And if you really ponder that question, it will help you also create a force inside of you that says, I want to help EGHOSA get back to the glory days. So again, I borrowed this from Mohammed Yusufu. We should all ponder that question, why we all attended and liked EGHOSA. Yes. I also show some pictures here because, yes, we are here, but we should all be having fun. When I went to Nigeria over the holidays, I stopped over at Abuja, and there's a chapter of EGHOSA All Boys in Abuja. Very successful chapter, actually. Just coming from the airport, I got a phone call from Yusufu, who told me, he said, I'm being honored by the EGHOSA All Boys Association. Can you please attend? And I gladfully attended. And the picture on your left is Edwin Gumbo, who is Eddie Boster. I think a lot of people know Gumbo. And to the right is Mohammed Yusufu. Those were all the honorees on that day. And I'm sitting here between Yusufu and Gumbo, and also my brother, who's also an ex-student of EGHOSA, Jonathan Aro, sitting next to Gumbo. So there's a lot of activity from EGHOSA Old Boys going on everywhere. And certainly this chapter here is doing a magnificent job. I just wanted to show some of the fun activities. And I said earlier on that we are like family, and EGHOSA students have excelled everywhere. In this picture, the gentleman standing is Senator Urobide, also class of 1972. Of course, Mohammed Yusufu is there, and myself. So there is a lot of success among EGHOSA graduates, and there's a lot of family activities and friendship going on. I think we should keep that up, and this kind of function is in keeping up with that. Next. Don't want to label the 72 class, but the 72 class had a project of building a convenience center for EGHOSA. I visited that center along with the current principal, and I just again want to give hand to the class of 72 for doing such a landmark project. And it is my hope that chapter after chapter, probably this chapter with some good fundraising, we do something similar. So, the picture you see up there is of me. So, I'm an orthopedic spine surgeon, and been practicing, it'll be 35 years this summer I've been practicing. And we talk about where we got everything that we got. Now, I have trained in some great institutions in this country. I have taught in some great institutions in this country. I went to medical school at Howard University. I did college, undergraduate at Northwest Oklahoma State. I did orthopedic residency at Howard University. I did fellowship at University of Maryland Shock Trauma Center in Baltimore. I did a spine surgery fellowship at Northwestern University, and I've held 2 academic positions at Medical College of Ohio and University of Florida, where I was Chief of Orthopedic Spine Service. I'm currently in private practice in spine surgery. Now, why do I enumerate that? Everything that we've accomplished starts from somewhere. And all that started from EGHOSA. EGHOSA nurtured me, like they have nurtured almost everybody here. And to that extent, we need to try to give back. Next slide. So, as we have been nurtured and sustained by our alma mater in our youth, it is our time to give back and sustain it. I talked about what the class of 72 did, and again, it is my hope that other chapters and other classes will do something more. So, I'm very thankful to be here. Thanks for inviting me. I hope you all eat, drink, and be merry. Yes, give to EGHOSA, and God bless.
An old boy of EGHOSA, he was not here then. So, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce Mr. Valentine and the wife. Please, sir, stand up to be recognized. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And I want to quickly call on Jimmy Toby. All right, she's right here. Thank you very much. You want to stay right there?
I could come, or can you hear me like this? Yeah. Oh, great. If you can hear me without the microphone?
No. I hear you very well. Your voice is lovely.
Oh. Listen, I am here with my friend Nkoyo Basi, and
You don't want to use the mic?
I don't know if you think, and she is married to Christopher Mensah Solomon, and Christopher Mensah Solomon's father was my student, Kofi Solomon. I have saved all of these students' papers because I want to pay a tribute to all of these students. That's why I'm here, for these students, and I hope that they will continue as wonderful as Kofi was in the past. And I have something to read from Kofi when he was leaving the school, and I made copies if anyone wants to have any of these. I will just read parts of it because this is Looking Back in Tears by Kofi Solomon, Class 6, 1964. EGHOSA, I don't think I am ashamed to weep at the thought that I must leave this school after all, but go I must. One who goes into a battlefield to seek for fame and glory, and when a stage of the battle is over and done with, he proceeds to another part of the field in pursuance of that glory. I shall be leaving behind a bevy of friends, but it's consoling to know that a handful of comrades, most of whom I came with, will also depart with me. I just want to take a moment to say that Kofi is late now as of June 2022, and he is within us. So then he says, I was so enthralled in 1959 at the thought of becoming a student that I was almost unconscious of the miserable condition of the school. When I remember that the only existing buildings were 2 classroom blocks, a junior staff house, a long, dilapidated, low storeroom, and a crumbling little den that called itself kitchen. And then we used to use the principal's house and some hired houses around the school as dormitories. Then I realized the patience and forbearance with which my comrades and I lived through those awful years. But since then, a gray wind of change seems to have blown across the compound. And now suddenly I awake in 1964 to see the miserable habitation turned into a semi-paradise. Kofi was such a writer, right? Not a thing of these eyesores is left standing. Not even those tall grasses that made you feel a dwarf. Not even those sharp-pointed thorns that prick you as you walk along. Nay, not even those menacing tall palm trees. Looking back further, I cannot help mentioning the improvements. And I heard tonight that maybe there are no longer improvements as they were. I hope that we can return them to 1964.
We are trying. We will.
Our soccer and athletics have also undergone a revolution, whereas in 1959, our footballers and athletes had to participate in inter-school games on bare feet and in odd dress. Now, they have beautiful sports shoes and dazzling jerseys and shorts. Then he names the different principles. Then came the various principles that have held the reins of this great moving chariot. Now, Mr. S.A. Sefe, the South African principal. And then P.N.S. Phillips, the Reverend Phillips. And then Mr. Potts and the Greenhoffs. And then the present principal, the principal that I taught under, Mr. Koshi Matthew, the first Indian tutor and principal in the school. So like the other aspects of the school's name has also undergone some changes. At one time it was called Adobor Grammar School, and then the mission took it over and they called it Anglican Grammar School. And later it was called St. Patrick's Grammar School. And from that, the name EGHOSA was invented by the big guys that constitute the board. EGHOSA, God's Time, is a beautiful name, and it is a school with this charming name that is going to be my alma mater. What pride. And then he finishes, brothers, after looking at this, do you blame me if I weep? But as I said, go I must, if I must get the golden fleece of life. And like the noble Brutus of old, I say, when we meet again, we shall smile. If not, well then, this farewell message is well written. I am near to breaking down with weeping, but please forgive me if I weep. Kofi Solomon, Class 6.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What a lovely lady she is, you know. I mean, thank you so much. We appreciate you and thank you always. In his memory, we will cherish you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, can we give her a round of applause, please? Before I hand over this microphone to the MC, I want to let you know that Ms. Njentobi is a juggernaut. And while she was at EGHOSA, for the people who do not know the meaning of EGHOSA, like she said, is God's time. And coincidentally, my father gave my son EGHOSA, which means God's time. So it was because I went to EGHOSA, I am very smart and intelligent. Thank you. Having said that, please, Ms. Tobe, while she was at EGHOSA and she left, she came with some artwork by the students of EGHOSA in the States. If you go outside after you have your dinner, you will see the beautiful artwork. So the starting bidding for the bigger ones is $250, while the smaller ones are $100. It is good for you to say it. It is breathtaking and priceless. God will continue to provide for all of you and give you all the succor and monies that you spend here for future tomorrow. Ero was our speaker here. He was 3 classes ahead of me at EGHOSA. He was a very tiny man, tiny boy then, but he was a prefect. And when it comes to the center of the hall and addressing the members of EGHOSA, you start speaking all this English. All you're speaking with all the audacity, the temerity, the infinite pressure. If you do that, you are meeting the mountain in life. You cannot. Thank you, everybody. MC.
Thank you very much for putting some life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to introduce to the high table a very beautiful young lady, the youth group speaker. Please welcome Miss Daba Oruwariye to the high table. Thank you very much. Please sit among the others. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, some people told me that they've been yawning, and that's an indication, a symptom of hunger. So we are going to eat now. And the Excuse me. The DJ stop music, please.
That's not why I was looking at you. Oh. I thought you were texting.
What do you think that is?
Please, ladies and gentlemen, we also want to welcome Mr. and Mrs. EGHOBA to the house. Please get up to be recognized, Mr. and Mrs. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you.
know that one of our distinguished chapter members brought in T-shirts and caps for the school with the school logo. Both the cap and the T-shirt just goes for $20. It's very well made. I will appreciate if you patronize us. But having said that, we'll just do one or two quick things. Hello. What's Sophie? Miss Sophie, do you have toothpick with you in your bag? No toothpick? Oh, I'm sorry. Marie, do you have any cuticle remover in your bag?
Anyway.
Cuticle remover. Oh, okay. What's it? Paul, are you related to Saul? Do you have a pen with you?
No.
Oh, well, that's let me come here. Honorable. Do you have glasses? Oh, please clap our hands. Let's see. Let me come over here. Hello, beautiful lady. What's it?
This is over there.
Do you have toothpick in your bag? Let's see.
No, I don't.
Okay. What's your name? Oh, there's a pastor. You have any Bible with you? That's pastor without Bible. I'm sorry. Okay, let's make it simple here.
That's the one.
Are you wearing, do you have any Louis Vuitton product?
Oh, yes. She does.
No! All right, thank you. Enjoy your dinner. That's good. Let's see. We have a lot of gift items here, but
Good to see you.
excuse me.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah.
What's the name? Do you know the city you are in right now? She said Elizabeth. Is that correct?
Let's not go. Hey, listen. This is very expensive.
It's very expensive. It came from the city of Orange. If it's too big for you, you give to Dr. Let's see. Who do I say now? Let's see. What's my name? Shokoloko Bango She.
Wait, I know.
The train has passed.
It's Alex. It's Mr. Alex. I do. It's
Can we go back?
Mr. Alex.
All right. In those days in Nigeria, if you don't pass your examination, they say you should rewind. So do I rewind? They say no. The crowd has spoken. Okay, let's see.
You can try next year.
You see, I feel I'm giving this to you.
Thank you.
What city does Alex Society arrest every day? No. She said
But East Orange.
No, in Nigeria, if you are in EGHOSA those days, that's what they call, please, no disrespect, F9. that means you didn't make it. No, but that's
Unless you live in East Orange.
Who?
You live in East Orange.
This is not fraud. Okay, I don't think EGHOSA is down too. Let's say, when I was in school, we used to do this wider. A big fire on the mountain. Fire on the mountain. A big. Okay, listen. Jane told me. Jane. No, Jane. You taught a lot of people. You brought joy to people. This might be very good for you. When you go to bed, sleep with them.
Yes. She's a lovely lady.
You know something? The first person that bought the raffle ticket.
I got you.
She's the first person that bought the raffle ticket.
Yes, that's my lovely lady.
So
Thank you so much, you know.
Going.
Yes.
Going. No.
Going.
No, yeah. Let's say you made us proud.
Oh, that's my man. He is the fan of the house.
Thank you very much.
You know, thank you so much. You know, everybody.
Our MC is eating.
Yes.
In the spirit of giving, I want to give to the ladies. Who wants a bonnet? Who wants a bonnet? Bonnet. Almost every woman wears a bonnet. Oh, I'm raising from. I'm Nigerian. I'm spraying the ears, you understand what I'm saying?
You see?
I have a few here. These are for the ladies. Okay. I know almost every lady, when they're going to bed at night, don't want to mess up their hair, don't want to mess up the pillow. They need something like this. For the ladies. No, this is for the ladies.
Yes. We don't want to go on with this, please.
No.
We need people to win. This is an air fryer. These days we talk of less eating fat. Fatless things. So
the first brave lady.
Yes, we can reduce the fat. So the more you buy, the more opportunity of winning, please. So these are one of the consolatory prizes to win. Those who are among them, please know. So that's why I'm taking time to bring it out.
Who wants one?
It's a fundraising.
Oh, okay.
It's a fundraising event. It's a fundraising evening. Increase the opportunity of winning.
You will get that from 50%.
No.
What is my name?
Okay.
Please let us welcome the keynote speaker, Dr. Osagale, to the microphone. Please give him a big round of applause.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here and an opportunity that I wouldn't have missed for anything to come here to address this particular issue, which I think is an age-long problem that nation states have been grappling with. For many years, there has been one major problem which economists, policymakers have not been able to fully resolve. And that is, why do some countries do better than others? Why is it that some countries grow faster than other countries? In 1776, Adam Smith attempted to address that particular issue. And he said that if you look very closely at each country, those countries that seem to be doing better are those that have two things. One, they are in most cases exporting than they are importing. So they are able to accumulate wealth. Second, that in most cases, the labor force in those countries that are doing well are relatively more productive than the labor force in countries that are less productive. Which means that human capital is a sine qua non to the development problem that many countries are facing today. If we can develop the human capital of each and every country, all things being equal, that's a big if, countries will do better. Look at Japan. Minimal resources, however, highly developed workforce. Not only can they produce, they are very adaptive. When situations change, the labor force will shift somewhere. As a result, it is critical that for developing countries, especially countries like Nigeria, have to put more emphasis on the development of its human capital. To give you a brief contextual information about the country we are going to be talking about tonight, Nigeria. This afternoon, I took a look at the measure of human capital that is used by the UN, which is the literacy rate. That is most fundamental. Both at the youth level and the adult level. The youth is ages from 15 to 25, adults 25 and above. And Nigeria's literacy rate as of 2023 is 66.1 for youth. For adults, is 51.1. I will not read all of them, but let me just give you a synopsis of the trend. In Indonesia, the literacy rate of the youth is 99.7. The literacy rate of adults in Indonesia is 95.4, which means that the multinational firms that are avoiding Nigeria and going to Indonesia know something we are not talking about. That the human capital, the quality of the labor force, the skills of the labor force is a critical component to the development equation. Now, if we focus on the secondary school enrollment, just as a synopsis of it, in 2018, 65% of youths 13 to 18 years were enrolled in secondary school in Nigeria, in the urban areas. In the rural area, 37% were enrolled in secondary school. Huge disparity between the urban area and the rural area. In 1994, for which complete information was available, about 4.4 million students, youths, were enrolled in secondary school. You know how many students were out of school within that age bracket? About 5.6 million youths were out of school, roaming about doing nothing. And the question is, how do you educate this disparate population? In the South, and in the West, and in the East, you find a lot of people are able to send their kids to school. In the northern part of Nigeria, mostly girls, to be more specific, are kept in the homes. And in fact, non-family members are not allowed to see some of these girls. Therefore, you find that a large population is definitely going to be uneducated, underdeveloped in terms of skills, unemployable, and simply consumers. In such a society, economic growth will be problematic. Another area of concern, education budget. Just laying down the context of the problem we are going to be confronting today. If you look at the current budget allocation for New York City, for 2022 to 2023, the education budget allocation is $38 billion for schools in New York City. For 2021 and 2022, they allocated $37.1 billion. Now, let me compare that to the budget allocation to education in Nigeria. In 2019, Nigeria allocated 620 billion naira, which is 7.05% of the total budget. In 2021, they allocated $742 billion, which is 5.6% of the total budget. According to UNESCO, the recommendation is that for a country that is wanting to rapidly develop, must spend between 20% and 25% of its total budget on education. You can see why New York has a very high rate of literacy and a large population that is highly educated, while Nigeria is still struggling. The question is, how do we, given these factors, ensure that the larger percentage of the population is educated? This is where all hands must be on deck. Let me give you a brief story of my experience today. If you recall, in September 11, 2021, there was an event that took place in this country that had a significant effect on enrollment of students in many universities, mine inclusive. In my school, at that time, close to about 45% of each class is comprised of foreign students, mostly from the Asian countries and the Muslim countries, Saudi Arabia, Iran, and to some extent, Iraq. But because of the 9/11, there was a government ban on issuance of visa to people from such countries. And the president, realizing the decline in enrollment, pulled together a number of people and asked us to come up with a solution to the decline in enrollment. And we decided that at that point, the only way we can actually increase the number is to bring more foreign students to attend our program. Unfortunately, because of the ban, we couldn't bring them to this country. We considered opening a campus in Los Angeles. We already had a campus, two campuses in the US and one campus in England. We came to the conclusion that the only way we can increase enrollment is to create a campus in a place where we can easily source students from Asia and the Arab countries. And hence, we established a campus in Vancouver, Canada. Within 1 year, we increased the enrollment in Canada, in the Canadian campus, from 10 students to 35 students, at least as far as my course was concerned, international business management. And the question was, do we need to hire faculty specifically for that campus and duplicate the hiring of other faculty for the New Jersey campuses? And I went to the dean and the president of the university, and I said, let me give you a very simple solution. I'll be willing to teach synchronously across the 4 campuses. And he said, how are you going to do that? I said, at the moment, we already have smart offices in the 3 campuses, Madison, Tillett, and Vancouver. But even those students in those campuses take the same courses, we are hiring teachers for each and every one of them. And I said, the only way we can improve efficiency and be able to make profit on enrollment is to ensure that we centralize or synchronize, if you will, some of these teachings. And I said, I will be willing to serve as an experimental guinea pig. Let me try to teach across the 3 campuses using the ITV. ITV is one of those smart, it has one of those smart TVs where you can actually write on the TV, and students across the world can see them and be able to interact with you. Why am I saying this? In a country where enrollment is suffering, in a country where, because of certain cultural conditions, students are not able to enroll in formal classes. Because of lack of resources, it's not possible to have many classrooms that will contain the millions of students that are eligible to enroll in these classes. One way you can actually address that problem is to introduce ICT, information and communication technology, and integrate it into the educational curriculum. One advantage of ICT is that it is very flexible. You can use it to teach in a classroom setting in multiple locations simultaneously. Second, and most importantly, you can individualize the teaching approach, which means that you can personalize the approach in such a way that each student will pace himself or herself and still be able to take all the courses and graduate at the same time as other students that are in classroom format will be graduated. If that is done, it is my belief that most of the problems in Nigeria most educational problems in Nigeria will be resolved. Most, not all. What are the other advantages of ICT? What are the other advantages of introducing or incorporating information and communication technology into our curriculum? One is that it enhances the effectiveness of teaching. A while ago, Mr. Chairman was making a presentation. If we have the required equipment here, we can be broadcasting that presentation across the world. If we have a smart TV, we can be illustrating whatever is going on here on the smart TV, and students everywhere across the world will be following. If we have a smart TV, we can display graphics on the smart TV, and students will have access to it. If we have smart TV, we can animate some of the objects that we are displaying on the smart TV. And students all over the world that have access to it will be able to comprehend the issue and idea that are being discussed. Second, and most importantly, you find that in ICT classroom setting, students are able to collaborate in activities. They are able to participate in discussion actively, and they are able to share ideas. Thirdly, students can work independently and can have access to numerous information and data that will allow them to become effective researchers. So ICT is consequential when it comes to delivery of teaching material, delivery of ideas, and so on and so forth. And the last that I will briefly touch on in terms of advantages and benefits of the use of IT in education is that assessment is relatively very easy. However, you're going to have to spend sleepless nights focusing on the screen most of the time. You can grade students in real time as they are finishing the program. You can pretty much assess the performance of each and every student and give a feedback to the students. The advantage of that is that you are able to determine the area of weakness of those students in real time and be able to address them. So teaching effectiveness is therefore improved by using or incorporating ICT in the educational curriculum. But what are the costs of incorporating ICT in the educational curriculum? The costs are considerable. In this country, most of us, especially those of us that have kids in school during the COVID pandemic, many students all over the US were studying at home. They all had iPads, they had laptops. Schools were buying large quantities of computers. They were able to do so because they had the capital. And because of that, even though studies seem to suggest that many students still fall behind, however, many students were able to read at their class level because they had access to laptops, they have access to computers, they have access to all the hardware and software necessary to keep them abreast of development in the class. As I pointed out earlier, one major factor that seems to affect your delivery in a situation in which ICT is integrated in the curriculum is the use of whiteboard or the smart board. The smart board, on the whole, the cheapest is about $35,000. In a Nigeria context, that is almost unaffordable. And think of the number of schools in which you have to install this, and think of the number of classrooms that you have to convert or transform from the traditional to the smart classroom setting. As we speak,
Mr. Chairman.
as we speak, not very many students can afford it, and not many schools can do so. Therefore, the question is, what do we do next? That brings me down to the effort of this association tonight. I remember an African adage which says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go well, if you want to be able to accomplish, if you want to be able to hit the key points in your travel, if you want to be able to achieve the ultimate goal, you have to go with people. Mr. President, I applaud your efforts. What this suggests is that every one of us has to chip in. The government alone, especially in that country, won't help us. I remember in 2010, we sent 35 pieces of computers and desktop computers and the screen to Nigeria. For 5 years, those computers were sitting in the Ministry of Education office. And on the average, a computer's lifespan is about 3 years. After 3 years, it becomes obsolete. You no longer can meaningfully use that in a real setting. Therefore, you find that we as a people, we as, can I say, alumni of most high schools in Nigeria need to be able and be willing to contribute our quota. And this association since 2004. Since 2004, has been doing that on a regular basis. And I need to give you a round of applause and hope that each and every one of you will donate generously to their efforts. Thank you, and God bless you.
That's it. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call on our young sister here to give us a short speech. She's going to tell us why she's here. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Daba to the microphone.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Daba Oruwariye, and I'm honored to be speaking here as a youth guest speaker for this fundraising event, the EGHOSA Alumni Association. So just to give you background about who I am born and raised in New York City, specifically the Bronx. Anyone from the Bronx? No? Yay, bronze. Okay, great. I went to a small business school called Babson College, and I studied business there. Post-grad, I worked at Goldman Sachs as a product manager for their fintech business. Since then, I have left the company and I now work as head of product for a small consulting and development company where we help entrepreneurs build digital applications. So all this to say is that I'm familiar with technology. We're basically besties. And thinking about today's theme, the role of information technology in enhancing education in Nigeria, I think it's first important to break down what information technology is. So in its simplest terms or definition, it just means using technology to manage information and perform tasks. So it's as simple as sending an email with your computer or writing a paper with your computer. The more complex tasks are like, developing software or building websites, which is kind of what my company does. So if anyone needs a website built or a product built, feel free to talk to me later. For a small fee, we can be doing business very well. Yes, so then moving over to this latter half of the theme, which is education, I think about Gen Z and millennial learning experiences. Largely, technology is involved. Our normal is thinking about, computer training classes or electronic homework assignments. It's tablets in school, papers that we write via our laptops. It's access to Google and other search engines. However, when I think about my parents' generation, they told me stories of how tech is so limited in that, where they had to write most of their assignments by hand or go to the library to access books and learning resources, which is something that I actually value now, but I don't need, right? It's not like the only option, which is important to recognize access and optionality for people in education. So I think as clunky as information technology sounds, all it is just kind of the simple daily tasks we need in performing the activities, our regular day-to-day stuff. And thinking about how it's actually very crazy to think about how technology has shifted, and over the last 20 to 30 years, technology has drastically changed the way we learn. And the caveat here is that when you bring in socioeconomic status, the interactions that children and students have with technology typically decreases, but more so in countries like Nigeria and other countries within sub-Saharan Africa compared to the US. Yet still, that being said, IT still has the potential to greatly enhance education across the continent. In fact, the UN reported that 80% of, they reported an increase in primary school enrollment across the continent, and that's largely attributed to technology being involved in educational spaces. And we think about some of the advantages that our keynote speaker spoke to. I'll just highlight them again, which is that IT can provide students with access to learning resources. So that's like giving a student the ability to access any educational tool from anywhere in the world, right? Like we have the world at our fingertips with being able to access anything on the internet. It could also facilitate something called distance learning, which is the ability to access education without being in a physical classroom, and this was very important during the pandemic. And then lastly, I think one thing that's under-highlighted, which is skill development. We're seeing that information technology can help students with valuable skills and training that helps them succeed in the workforce. So we're actually seeing many Nigerians are learning skills such as computer science and computer programming outside of the classroom and applying that to their kind of day-to-day jobs and workforce, career opportunities. We're seeing that it's helping them get jobs not only in Nigeria, but also across the world. I've seen a couple Nigerian developers that are contracted to work for us in the US. So it's really great to see the progress there. In fact, they're also noticing that the student profile is slightly changing. There's a lot more adult learners. Because you have so many online resources, you don't have to limit your kind of career options to what you studied in school. You could learn it online and shift and pick up another job, which is kind of the beauty in it all. I think the pandemic really changed the face of education because it fast-tracked the need for online learning and other development solutions. It was really pivotal in exposing kind of the state of education across Africa, actually. Because we noticed that there's like a fundamental gap in tech literacy and skills across the continent, which is where IT matters. It helped us identify those gaps, and it was a good opportunity for us to reflect and take action. So we're noticing that there are a lot of like ed tech, which stands for educational technology companies that are emerging, not just in the US, but also in Africa, and specifically 28% of those companies are based in Nigeria. An example of that would be ULesson. So this is like an ed tech online learning solution that helps students that are in primary to secondary school with like providing them this holistic learning experience. Something we would like kind of blink an eye or bat an eye in the US, but it's super crucial. Okay. Also, so entirely the quality of learning goes up when we think about using technology as part of this wave of digitization within the continent. And the impact is so large that they've suggested that the potential for this learning, because of the quality of it, it can sustain an economic boom that actually decreases or reduces poverty across the continent. So the power in education and using technology there is very important. So lastly, just to highlight, it's still important to recognize the infrastructural issues. It's still important to highlight the infrastructural issues that the Nigeria experiences. And that's a huge obstacle in the proliferation of edtech in the continent, and specifically in Nigeria. So there needs to be more investment and more structure there. And we notice Nigerians typically are very, self-sufficient. They're able to operate without government, which is beautiful. And we've noticed that there's low-tech solutions for people that aren't able to access large computers and other more expensive tools. So this is an example of that would be an SMS-based tool. So we know most people don't even have smartphones across the continent of Africa. They have tools and resources where you can teach people via text message, which is amazing. So that being said, Africa is undergoing a digital revolution. And information technology is part of this boom, especially within education. So it has the potential to improve education's efficacy and efficiency across the continent. And we have to think about ways to get involved. So that could be donating here and investing in EGHOSA Alumni Association to promote resources back in Nigeria. Or supporting startups here, maybe working for a startup if you're interested. Or investing in angel investing, if you have money in angel invest so that you guys can get returns. Yes, so I would say to conclude, information technology and education is very important. It's something that really speaks to me. It's my normal, it should be your normal, so remember, there's power in knowledge.
Thank you very much. We're going to go to the fundraising program, ladies and gentlemen. Please let us be generous. You know what the Alumni Association is all about. After all the speakers have said a lot, especially the chairman and the guest speaker. So where do I start? The chairman for the occasion. The chair is going to tell us, I know he brought Central Bank from Nigeria, I know that.
From Florida.
Yeah, Central Bank from Nigeria in Florida. So let's reach out to our chairman, Mr. Chairman, sir.
Launch it for us.
Thank you very, very much.
Who are those that are going to be picking the checks?
Been a great occasion.
great presentations, and hope everybody will follow suit with donations. I'm going to launch it by donating $3,000. And if I can get somebody to match me, then I'm up for that.
Please, can you all clap, please?
The chairman said he wants somebody to match him. And if anybody match him, I'm sure he's going to double it again. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Please, we expect your check to be in the plate so that we can make a move. I want to call on my uncle, the ambassador, all the way from Portland, BBC. He resides in New York. Ladies and gentlemen, let us hear from our bros.
Well, I'm doing my own contribution myself and my wife, and also wishing the association success in the celebrations.
You gave us a very big check, but we need to match. You guys should be writing it down somewhere, please. Please communicate. You got to talk to that person. You got to go talk to that person. I want to call on our guest speaker.
Keynote speaker.
The keynote speaker, I'm sorry. Keynote speaker, who I must look like when I grow up. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Osaya.
This on behalf of myself and my wife.
Thank you very much. It's another big check. We are still looking for 3,000 and the so I want to call on the president to please help us with some donations.
Go wild more you talk. Write it down. Write it down.
Let me thank keynote speaker. He has to go pick up his wife. Thank you so much for taking time to be here with us. We appreciate your presence.
Let's give him a big round of applause.
A big round of applause for the keynote speaker, Dr. Brian Osegale, Professor of Economics, for the Dickinson University in New Jersey. Thank you. So, Mr. Chairman, on behalf of my wife and family, we make a donation of $3,000.
Thank you very much. Over to the chairman now. Listen, gentlemen, just listen. Mr. Chairman, please.
Breaking news. It's been matched. So therefore, let's hear more.
Breaking news.
Yes.
Breaking news, listen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
I did say if somebody matches me, that I will up it. So I'm going to up it by another $1,000.
Please, a big round of applause for Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to the house. Dr. Jugo is in the house. Please give her a big round of applause. She's also a big boon on tonight. You know that. Please match the 4,000 for us. If you match the 4,000, the chairman will move again. I trust the chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to come around the table. I'm going to be calling on the Old Boys Associations first. Edo Boys, Old Boys Association in the house. Please give it up for Dr. Ebosa. Please give him a big round of applause. It's another big check. He did not match the 4,000 yet, but please give him a big round of applause. Thank you very much, sir. We are getting there, almost there. We also need to call on clubs Okay, we need to call on the Edo Alliance Group of New Jersey, those that are inviting us to the convention. All right, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to this occasion. On behalf of my club, I'm donating the sum of $100.
He will do it. Trust my chairman. He's my president. And do alliance. Yo.
We going to call on the clubs and best schools in the house.
Yeah, I trust my chairman.
St. Maria Goretti in the house. Anglican Girls Grammar School in the house. You don't have to mess up now. That will take care of EGHOSA, please. And we call on the young millionaire in the house, Mr. and Mrs. Mr. and Mrs. Astebota in the house. Mr. and Mrs. Astebota, please approach them, please.
Yes.
Can you reach out, please, ladies and gentlemen? I want to also call on Mr. and Mrs. Francis.
Okay.
I'm going to approach Jane Toby. She's going to talk and give us a donation. Thank you.
It's my family, because they know how important EGHOSA is to all our learning, our education, and to the old boys and the young ones coming up. So they gave me $1,000.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You are wonderful. May you live long and prosper. Amen. Continuously. Yeah, I want to take one.
I have my in-law in the house, Mr. We also have the Ivory sorority in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause. They're almost approaching the 4,000. Please give them a big round of applause. We want to call on Mr. and Mrs. Eden. This is a man of great intellectual capability, a schoolboy millionaire when I was young. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Eden, they've taken care of all of us in Benin before, and they will do it here in America.
Yes, they have.
Wow, a blank check. Wow, you see that? A blank check. A blank check. We need to prove that with the chairman before he comes to the game. Thank you, sir. Thank you. God bless you, sir. The chairman, ladies and gentlemen,
this is the man.
Society,
you know, I have known it for how many years now? 80 years? 80 years. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
No problem. Let me fill it in. This is the blank check.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chairman gave us a check of 4,000. Please give him a big round of applause.
$4,000.
Mr. and Mrs. Oyakilome, did you meet up the 5,000? 5K. She said she will do it later. We call on Mr. and Mrs. Francis. Francis, please. Mr. and Mrs. Francis. Oh, please. Can you correct me, please? Mr. and Mrs. Enchi.
No, wrong number.
Yeah.
Wrong number.
We are going to call on Mr. and Mrs. Enchi to please give us their donation. You need a pencil or a typewriter.
Who's your guy? Oh! Yeah, who's your guy? That's my guy.
All right.
All right, for $250.
Why you go for
Thank you.
Jerry Circle was donating. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to recognize my good brother Abbeyvideo Akinson in the house. Please give him a big round of applause. Please. He gave us a big donation. These are people that are almost nearing the 5,000 range.
Oh, thank you, my boy. I'm so glad. I mean, you are so cute.
Now we're going to recognize my big sister in the house. Edem just gave us a check of 5T. A blank check before, right?
Mr.
This is another one.
Mr. MC,
yes.
I have a gentleman here, a handsome gentleman, intelligent. What's his name? Kai.
350.
Kai
check.
Just donated. I'm sorry, let me tell you, I have to announce him though. He's such a great guy, Kai just donated $50.
Please give him a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, there are these guys that are working with me that are usurping my position. Please let me do this job.
That's what you are paid, Hey.
How do you know that? I'm volunteering. I want to call on one of the members, Dr. Mark Egbe. Mark Egbe. In English language, we call it Egbe. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mark Egbe, please, is giving us a donation. Can you please approach Mark Egbe, please? Mr. and Mrs. Egbe in the house. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. And the lady, thank you so much. Thank you. Love you.
EGHOSA has been very good to us. And I'm making two presentations.
Very good.
On behalf of myself and my wife, I'm making a donation of 1,500.
Did you see it? 1,500.
Please, can you clap over there?
Thank you. How much is that in that's already $1 million.
We don't translate.
And on behalf of my friend, Professor Korodudu, we're donating $200.
Thank you. God bless you. We expect other alumni to do the same.
Thank you.
I want to call on my sister, who I'm going to give the microphone for 3 minutes or 2. Dr. Lizzie Ochugo. I know she's going to beat the chairman. Just hold on.
I'm just arriving.
It doesn't matter, man. You are always the chairperson.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. Everyone, are you all happy tonight?
Yes, sir.
We are so glad to be here. I'm going to give a little quiz. Few years ago, many years ago, when I was very young, I was learning how to crawl. I was sitting right there, over there, and I did something with this body. That is the EGHOSA Old Boys Association. Who can remember what I did?
You donated money for my chair.
Uncle, you remember?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much, Daddy.
Is that my chair? You donated money.
Thank you so much,
I
Daddy.
appreciate it.
So today, then, for those of us that did, you didn't hear nothing, right? Okay. You not know nothing, you not hear nothing. So I'll tell you what he said.
over there when I said, you know, all my uncles that attended this school, all the chairs they were sitting must have rotted. So what I did that time, I allocated money per chair for each of them. And I know those my uncles are still here. Uncle Charles, you still very here. Yes. And our daddy, Dr. Sam, you still very here. Who else?
I'm still here.
Dr. Leslie. Oh, Dr. Leslie. Okay, you are. Are you my brother? So how many people? Better give me more people now.
I'm here.
Oh, you want this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Daddy, Jerry. Welcome. How many have we counted? 5. No, be honest now. This is serious.
Alex. Recognition to our senior active member, the senior active member in our chapter, Prince Dr. Valentine
EGHOBA.
Our senior active member.
I'm going to really honor Daddy, Dr. Simon, who really, personally, himself and his wife invited me for this gathering. So today I'm going to be sponsoring his old chair with a little to flare up to this. I'll sponsor his old chair with $1,000. Then all the daddies in the house, because I need my daddies around me, right? So I will also top their own with $1,000.
Thank you. Please a big round of applause for our lady.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, you cannot take the position of the first lady because you already have a first lady on the line table.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. God bless you. So write the check for us, please. Very important. Thank you very much. President of the EGHOBA Association Women Chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, the society is.
That is my wife of 30 years.
You don't get married, man. Oh, yes. Okay, madam. You want to say something?
Good evening, everybody. And, okay, thank you. Good evening, everybody. And thank you very much for coming to celebrate EGHOSA Boys. Pretty much, you know, part of them since I married my husband. And I've enjoyed all the benefits of being a wife of the EGHOSA Old Boys.
We love you.
Thank you. So on behalf of and I am the president of EGHOBA Association of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. On behalf of our association, we're just going to give a token of $200. And I also want to use this opportunity to ask and request your presence at our anniversary, the 17th anniversary of the EGHOBA Association of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut on the 27th of May, 2023. Please, I look forward to seeing you all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I need the microphone for the president, please.
Oh, let me go to the president.
Okay, thank you so much.
Job,
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, about a week ago, we are in New Jersey to celebrate the 60th birthday of wonderful Dr. Elizabeth Ojugo.
This one for
Dr. Ojugo, that was fantastic. We wish you many more years. Blessed in God's favor and continue to do His work. Thank you, we appreciate you. $2,000. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, you guys should be writing these things down. We need to send them compliment.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Dr. Jules. Please, in 5 years, do the birthday again. Every 5 years, not every 10. All right. Please, ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you that all those that collected some female stuff earlier today, even though I need to donate, that thing cannot go be free. Even though I will come around the table. Mr. and Mrs. Obadiaru. I want to go to Mr. and Mrs. Obadiaru for donation. Mr. and Mrs. Obadiaru. We all knew each other forestry long time ago. Forestry Road, Benin City. Just give 5,000 and read the rest. Okay, Chief, welcome. 3,000. Ladies and gentlemen,
Wait, 5,000.
$300. Mr. and Mrs. Obadiaru.
Thank you so much, man. Thank
And
you.
that hat is only 50 cents. Thank you. You did a good job. Who took the hat again? All right, let me go around. Please, I want to quickly introduce my uncle in the house, Mr. Joseph Igbineweka. He's here with the wife. Let's go to them for a donation. Thank you. Please give them a big round of applause. It's a 5-0. If you add the other 0, you will be lost. Thank you, sir. Please give them a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, my sister has broken the bank. A personal donation. She represented Anglican Girls Grammar School, but she gave a personal donation, $300. Please give her a big round of applause.
Thank you,
Dr. Assembly, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc. What about this table?
We make a pledge of $1,000.
Please give them a big round of applause. Write it down. A pledge of $1,000. Thank you very much. The Emir of South Jersey.
My in-law.
We all came from South Jersey now. Myself and
It's a pledge.
A pledge.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please can we clap for our able MC?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
This one for that gentleman.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need to make this announcement.
That gentleman.
My special email in the house. Barrister.
Brown.
Oh, yeah,
No, the white.
$500.
Ready, barrister. Can we see you people, please, with your hands up? Oh! Now, wow. Let's call this then when you call you.
Missions area. Dr. Colonel Aswata. $300. Dr. Chris Okunsari, $300. Mr. N. Omo.
Let me see. The third one. Eric Omokaro, $300.
Mr. Eric Omokaro, $300. And Dr. Phil Ibinado, $500. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause.
Mr. MC.
Soni Iyasere, $100. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we we have a gentleman here that wants to actually announce distinguished members that want to donate testimony. They're not here. Just want to acknowledge them, please. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming to support the EGHOSA Alumni Association. As you continue to donate and help us in this endeavors, may God continue to replenish your pocket.
Can you hear it? No.
No. Okay, thank you all for coming this evening to support us. God will replenish your pockets and everything. So on behalf of myself, Chris Edanri, and my family, I'm going to donate $500.
Look at that!
Yeah. And then I have friends who couldn't make it this evening. Mr. Richard Uwangwe donated $100. Semi Rio from Boston donated $100. A colleague of mine, Maria James, donated $25. Another colleague of mine, Mercedes Bass, donated $150. And a colleague, Dr. Eugene Osaige, donated $100.
Thank you so much. Look at that. You are a wonderful guy. Well, thank you so much. And God bless you. I'll replenish you 20-fold, 100-fold, million-fold. Thank you. All right,
thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I'm going to go from...
Wonderful man.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Leslie Warren, I've known him since the days of when we went to ICC. He didn't know how to play soccer. They were always dribbling. He was very slim, but now he's a big boy. What about now? The big boy. Right now, I don't want to do this talk. I want to introduce Louis Enaro of the Enaro dynasty. Louis Enaro is also the barrister for the Revolution Days.
Okay, my name is Patrick Abbeyvideo, and I here donate the sum of $500.
God bless you, sir. Mr. and Mrs. Steboy, thank God. God bless you. Please, where are my accountants?
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one of my guests who didn't come today, she suffered an allergy. In EGHOSA we are very transparent. She gave me $100, and the $100 is in my pocket. So I am making this because my wife is going to whisper to her that she didn't hear the husband saying. So that money is going to go to EGHOSA Old Boys. EGHOSA made us very great. Look at doctor. I never knew this. He's a surgeon. If you have backache, this guy will close one eye and
Thank you very much. We're going for level, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to move.
Sorry. Dabra, as you were talking about digital technology, barrister and the husband.
Barrister and the husband.
Barrister and barrister, they sell $500 not to my account, but to our president's account. So, Dr. Bond, $500 have gone into your account. From barrister.
Doctor.
Yes. So for those of you who don't have liquid, we accept Zelle. Cash App, although Cash App, now who did Cash App died, the interest of this. So we also accept Cash App. And if you give us Cash App, I'm sure our president is going to match what you do. Thank you.
Please let us welcome Mr. Nahoro. He was the only one who sang the Nigerian national anthem and the American national anthem. Please give me a big round of applause. I'm going to be working with the president for an award.
Thank you.
I'll pull my clothes and give it to you.
He's also a golf player.
Yeah. That's my necklace. Okay, I'll give it to you. Sorry. Mr. Henry said, for your information, I wanted to come to EGHOSA to play soccer. But ICC took me, and I was games prefect at ICC. Soccer. Ask your brother, Erisa. Austin. Yes.
Please, apologies.
All right, I go from table to table now. I call on my sister and the husband.
God gave me a check. Ladies and gentlemen.
A big check of $100.
Thank you.
Mr. and Mrs. Antonia Nwosu. Please, where are my accountant? Please collect this money. Sister. Mrs. Egarima has been my name. Please, Mrs. Egarima, give us a donation.
I pledged $200.
Mrs. Egarima pledged $200. Can you please write it down? $200 for Mrs. Egarima pledge. This is from Mrs. Nwosu.
What we're going to do today is to revive the spirit of donation. So your pockets are not empty yet. So
$100. Please give her a big
Mr. MC, please tell everyone else to be a bit silent, because if they're not silent, you can't hear me. If there's no silence, you can't hear me because I don't have enough volume. Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us listen up. All right now.
This next song is about our ancestors, and this mic doesn't work very well. So, what I'd like to say is, everyone here, if you grew up in Nigeria, you knew that if you were going to go out, you have to talk to your parents, your ancestors, your grandparents, your uncles, your aunts. So this song is to honor our ancestors.
Thank you. My ancestor, working alone. woman, but she gotta look at me. Yeah, look at me. Picture in this land. Watch me stand tall. Help me be just a man. Oh, my ancestors, they were my men, and my son, he will be one of them. And they'll just look at him. Yeah, they'll look at him. And they'll say, he's a man. My son's a man. Just a man. Hey! My ancestor. They'll pass it on to me. And pass it on to my son. And he will be a man, yes he will. And pass it on to his son. And he will be a man. And pass it on to his son. That's not your name, sir. Please, can you correct us?
8 years ago.
Mr. and Mrs. Alaketu.
They come your house.
So you are my in-law.
You know, so I mean,
yes.
Use 200 to Brian.
Lovely woman.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause. We are actually at this table now.
All these years, huh?
You know,
donations.
He did. $200. Now this billionaire and man. Oh, he did. Oh, okay.
Moving on.
Don't mess up your name. Mr. and Mrs. Ozibo, $200. Where are my accountants? Collect the money, please. Collect.
Collect your money. Collect your money.
Ladies and gentlemen, cash. My younger brother, Tony Wagiren, $200. Please give him a big round of applause. Christopher Solomon, $200. To the president, to the president. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a big round of applause.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. What about you, Oga? You're okay. Thank you very much.
As customary, we do have some awards. It's a sign of our appreciation. And I do have an award for the chairman. Charles Morgan, can you join me here, please? Mr. Charles Morgan, can you join me here? Thank you. The award presented to Dr. Youth Ebro, MK, orthopedic spine surgeon, Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute of Florida, in appreciation of your support and role as chairman of this 2023 convention. We thank you so much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And thank you, everybody. Like I said earlier on, it's like coming home. So to get an award for coming home, this is awesome. Thank you so much.
You're always welcome to come home.
Thank you so much.
You're always welcome to come. This is your home. You don't pay any rent. That's right.
We also have a very...
So
So, just quickly stay for a Mr. Charles. Okay. I can't.
Thank you so much. Ms. Dapa Arwarie. Ms. Dapa.
Dapa Banaka.
This is the first time we are experimenting with this diversity in having a youth keynote speaker, a youth guest speaker. And I think this evening has been very exciting, and it's probably something we'll be building upon in future conventions. So Ms. Dapa Oruwaye, she also happens to be the daughter of a colleague of mine. Thank you. Mr. Vance Zapata, here you are.
Vance Zapata.
Please come quickly, Vance Zapata. Mr. Vance.
These are here.
Okay, Mr. Vance. Okay, Dapa, some of these names suggested by members. So, we're doing this innovation, this topic on theme on innovative technology. And a young lady who can do a very good job. And he said, Dapa. I said, I know the man, I know the mother too. I said, oh, okay, fine. So we appreciate your presence here. We are very glad. EGHOSA Alumni Association presents to Dapa Oruwaye in recognition of your role as the youth guest speaker during this 2023 convention. Thank you so much, and we're looking forward to more collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for this award. I'm honored. I'm very surprised to be receiving this. When Mr. Banks approached me with this opportunity, I really was shocked. But I'm happy I did it, and I'm grateful to have met all of you all. Let me know. If you need any opportunity, I'm here.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Vance Zapata here. The 65-inch TV you see over there was donated by him. A round of applause for Vance Zapata, please.
Thank you, Alex. The next award goes to the keynote speaker, Dr. Bremo Segala. We had to leave to pick up his wife from a different convention. This award will be collected by Mr. Charles Omoride, who also made the suggestion to have Dr. Bremo as the keynote speaker. Dr. Bremo Segala, PhD, MBA. Falling Dignity University, in appreciation of your role as the keynote speaker during the 2023 EGHOSA Alumni Association Chapter fundraising. Thank you so much.
On behalf of Dr. Bramo, like I said, Dr. Bramo and the Doe boys, although they are boys, they are sisters of our club. They're always with us and we're always with them. We really appreciate it. For his enlightening speech he gave. We really tell us what is ICT and smartphone. So let's try to understand this and support the EGHOSA club so that we'll be able to introduce this into our alma mater. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. Ms. James Toby. Ms. James Toby, please.
Ms. James Toby. Alex, can you bring her?
A round of applause for Ms. James Toby, please. She taught in the school 60 years ago. 60 years ago, she was a tutor in the EGHOSA Alumni school. And she's still here with us. We thank God Almighty for her life. May the good God continue to bless you, man. We have multiple awards. We'll start with the first one from Ms. Toby. The EGHOSA Alumni Association, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania chapter, presents to Jane Toby, former American Peace Corps teacher at the school, in appreciation of your support and role as a special guest of honor at the 2023 EGHOSA Alumni Association chapter fundraising. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
In addition, I have a picture of Ms. Toby that I took maybe about 10, 15 years ago when she came to one of our functions. And that is a picture. I had to frame it so that this way she can have the picture. This is your picture, Ms. Toby. That is Ms. Toby right here. In addition, a member of us, Mr. Jerry Sagobo, presented this Nigerian attire, it's an up and down material, to Ms. Toby. So this one. This is Nigerian dress for Ms. Toby.
From Jerry Osagbobo.
From Jerry Osagbobo. Mr. Jerry Osagbobo, we thank you so much.
Jerry, thank you.
This is from
Thank you.
Yes.
There you go.
You should have
Okay.
your photo in the picture and also
Okay.
her
Okay.
son. I mean, not her son, Kofi's son. What about Kofi's son?
We also have some artwork from Benin City. This is strictly from Benin City. The drummer and the woman with the baby. Ms. Toby, this is also yours. This is from Benin City, Igum Street, Benin City. That is the home of artwork in Nigeria, maybe West Africa. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for all you have done for us. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. She can't hold that, but stay with her.
Yes, I wanted to thank you for who you are. Who you are has given to me so much. I don't have words right now to say thank you, but I hope that you feel how good I feel within myself because of who you are, who your children have been, who your grandchildren will be. And EGHOSA has done so much for all of us. I hope that we can continue in the future to give to EGHOSA. And I have, Kofi's sons. I read Kofi's. I want Christopher Mensah and Barnett to be here, and because without Kofi, if he hadn't gone to catch the golden fleece after he graduated, they wouldn't be here, right? Yes. He wrote so beautifully, and I gave to them tonight some of his handwritten compositions. Really a true author. Thank you so much.
Yes, okay. Give Princess Sula.
Mrs. Hoover Toby. She was my French teacher at EGHOSA. We used to bring recorders and record our tapes. Okay. We used to bring recorders and record our tapes. The influence that I have at EGHOSA helped me to pass French 101 and French 102 in college over here. Wow. So I'm very impressed. You have a certain area. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Come on, Sabah.
Gentlemen, please listen to us here, please. DJ, slow down, thank you. Dr. Peter Ago is a friend and a colleague. Those who know him know he has a lot of musical talent. And those who were in Nigeria in the 60s and 70s will probably remember him as one of the sensational music personnel in Benin City, aka the Speckles. Dr. Ago is a physician and a colleague of mine, like I said, at Montefiore. And this evening, he volunteered his services to this organization completely free. Please a hand of applause for Dr. Peter Ago. He called me and he said, Osahon, I'll perform for you guys. I'll just come play some music during the fundraising to help boost the fundraising activity. We appreciate that. Hold on. So this reads, EGHOSA Alumni Association presents to Dr. Peter Ago, MD, in appreciation of your performance at the 2023 EGHOSA Association fundraising event today at the campus Abbeyvideo. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I want to thank Dr. Osahon for his graciousness, his tenacity, and his love for his alma mater, and also his love for all of us. And I also want to congratulate EGHOSA Anglican Grammar School, the alumni, of course, for coming here. And I have to apologize to you that my sound wasn't very good. We could have had a better sound. I didn't prepare well, so I apologize. Next time, we'll come back and do a better job. But again, I'd like to thank you so much for coming, and let's keep supporting EGHOSA Anglican Grammar School. So the reason I came was to help boost the fundraising, and I haven't seen any more fundraising or anybody donating money to me when I was playing to give back to EGHOSA. So where's the money? Oh, you have it? Okay, good. Thank you. Again, thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Peter. Dr. Peter, we also appreciate your wife, Camille. Thank you, Camille, for being here with us. Thank you very much. We have a special award tonight. Earlier on in my speech, I did mention the unusual performance of excellence by a very young member for the son of one of our members, Oise Ohiwere. Oise Ohiwere, come forward, please.
Dr. Ohiwere, come over.
Dr. Ohiwere.
Oh. Come over here. Dr. Ohiwere, you come over here. That's your son.
EGHOSA Alumni Association, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania chapter presents to Oise Ohiwere, Associate Producer, CBS, in recognition of your Sports Emmy Award during the 2021-2022 AFC playoffs. We applaud you for your commitment to excellence. Thank you so much for making us all so proud.
Thank you all very much. I just have two things to say, both from my father. He told me growing up, first of all, you're not just African American, you're Nigerian American. And knowing where you're from means a whole lot in this country and in this world. Second, what he told me is also what his father told him, which is education is your only inheritance. Although I didn't go to EGHOSA, my father learned there. He taught me, he taught my brother. And so there's a lineage that comes from this school beyond the students that walk those halls. So anything moving forward in my life, in your children's lives, and your children's lives can all go back to this school, and everything you accomplished and you all continue to accomplish. So thank you all very much.
Thank you also. Good boy, good boy. It's a good boy. The photograph.
No, come on, wait. Vaneka, you never finished.
So I have Miss Noyo Eden to take his award.
Miss Noyo? Miss Noyo
Eden?
Miss Noyo.
Miss Noyo.
Miss Noyo Eden. Please can you take this award on behalf of the Mayor, City of Linden. The EGHOSA Alumni Association presents to Derek Armstead, Mayor, City of Linden, special guest of honor at the 2023 EGHOSA Alumni Convention. Unfortunately, he's not here today, but I'll present this to Noyo, who is a member of the city administration. Thank you so much.
On behalf of Mayor Derek Armstead of Linden, State of Linden, New York, New Jersey, thank you to EGHOSA Old Boys Association, New Jersey, New York, PA. Thank you for giving this to our mayor. I will deliver it. I think I had a lot of engagement today, but I'm here. Thank you so much, Ramsam. Thank you, EGHOSA Old Boys. God bless you all.
We also will be expecting the proclamation from the city of Linden to our association. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just in case, you know.
No, you get it.
Okay.
Miss Toby.
Miss Toby. Miss Toby. You mean?
Yes.
Can my wife join me here, please? We have members of this association. We do have a chapter pin, okay, which I have right here in my breast pocket. And as a token, as a form of appreciation, we're going to pin Miss Toby with this lapel.
No, let your wife do it.
I'm going to have my wife do that, please.
Politically correct. No, that's feedback. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. Wonderful. Put it where you're the designer.
There he is.
Mr. Alex Usagi Eraser, please step forward.
Sage Eraser. Yes. This is award for Sage Eraser for his dedication. He's entirely what he does for the association. There is a thank you on behalf of the president and the executive board and members of the Edo Club. We are presenting you with this EGHOSA Alumni Association, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania chapter present to our brother Alex Osangi Erese, Assistant PRO, in appreciation of your eminent contribution to the organization. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I am actually so humbled and surprised. This is the last thing I expect to have here. What can I do? Okay. Thank you all.
Thank you. I'm surprised. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, chapter members.
In reality, we just do this to motivate our young men to step up and do a good job. And you can see what he did this evening. Fantastic. Thank you to everyone. Okay. You want to make, you want to take a quick picture? Okay, that's it.
Dr. Bright Okorobo.
Dr. Bright Okorobo. Bright. Bright. Come on down. Bright is right.
Dr. Bright. Dr. Bright, this is the gentleman who stepped up and took over the affairs of the General Secretary. And he's been running that office like clockwork, unfailingly. And we appreciate all that you do. The EGHOSA Alumni Association presents to Dr. Bright Okorobo, DPT, General Secretary, in recognition. Hello?
Excuse me. Hey. Excuse me.
Thank you. In recognition of your outstanding performance as the General Secretary of this association, we applaud your commitment to excellence and perfection. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am humbled to receive this award, and I'm proud of this association of distinguished gentlemen, and I've learned from your leadership. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. MC.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Please. Just listen, please. You see the money I have here. I'd like to thank everybody who participated in this. We have almost $700.
None of you have permission to give anybody.
Yes, that's apart from me. No, actually, I am in charge. We give it to me.
We have
No.
We have $700 and half this. We're going to start with the air fryer. So we're going to call someone to come and pick.
Okay. This. Mr. MC will be picking.
This, you say?
While someone is speaking, she's going to select 1 minute.
Can we just do raffle drawing for
1 minute.
1 minute.
Actually, less than a minute.
Okay.
Everyone. As you said earlier, my name is Dr. Jugo Okoje, Dr. O. I just want to let you all know something good is happening in our community. And I'm not going to just walk away from here without letting you all know. I started my own talk show, and the talk show speaks about different things that are happening in our lives, in our children's lives. So I just want you all to watch out for my next show, which is coming up in July. On that one, we're going to be talking about love. What is love? How to give it, how to feel it. Is there something really called love? The one previously was on how to do generational wealth. So which will come up again in August. So it's very important for you to know these things, because if we can give, if we can achieve, so our children have to achieve. So that is what my program is all about. It's called Dr. O Inspirational Factory.
Amen.
God bless you.
Amen. Thank you very much. Please, a big round of applause for my Dr. O.
All right.
14. Kai is 14 years old, and when I'm talking about him specifically, I'm calling to shake this. We are blessed with 4 children. My 4 children went to EGHOSA, they were doing this, they are not grown. So Kai is going to pick anybody here that is going to take a raffle ticket. We got about $700 here. But the ticket, the raffle draw is for an air fryer.
Pick it up, pick it. So pick anybody.
Pick anybody from the crowd or whatever.
Let him be picking it down. No. Oh, go ahead. Let the car pick it. They go back. Car, please. Just look over there. He said he's going to call. This car is going to pick up whatever. Yes. He has called the chairman. He has called the chairman to come and pick up. Okay. No, take it there. No. Let car just look on the other side. Let this boy pick the car. Look on the other side. Look on the other side. Pick the car. Pick. Okay. All right.
No argument. You
guys walk with me. That's one. That's the air fryer.
Pick everything now.
For the air fryer. Okay. Now, somebody give me the mic, please. Let me do my job. That man, we your mic, let's
okay. The winner for this air fryer.
Why is this man always win?
Please give me a big round of applause. It's always winning.
I saw that photo.
It's always winning. Thank you for a blank check. Thank you. Now, which one is the next one?
Hey, Mr. Lashley.
Yes,
he said he was going to be a photographer. And I thought
okay, now, which one is the next one, sir?
Hold on, let me take Pick one.
Pick another one. For which one?
Wait. The second prize is this brand new iPad donated by our President, Dr. Osama.
Thank you very much. Please pick one and give it to me. Not add them again, though. Joshua Okwongo.
Wonderful, all right. Look at you.
This is for George.
Which one is the next one, Mr. Sagi?
Alex, oh, look at the tall guy. Jesus Christ. The guy is like, I look like a midget, you know. Could you imagine? Oh my God.
All right.
I look like.
We don't have time.
See, our grand prize is for the 65-inch TV television. Woo! 65-inch.
There you go. What is it? It's a 4K, right?
Let me see. Who is that?
Huh?
This one announced the wrong one.
So ladies and gentlemen,
wow, look at that.
Osaratin Igbobadia.
Oh my God, one. Osaratin.
Osaratin Igbobadia.
Wow. Lovely. I mean,
Madam,
50.
wait till you need this one.
55 inch.
You don't get plenty.
HID.
Make we draw them again.
Wow, guys,
Osaratin Igbobadia.
That's my uncle, you know.
Is your name Igbobadia?
You know.
Okay, the grandson. Okay. Thank you very much. Lucky guy. Please, can you pose for the photograph? Ladies and gentlemen, please take him a picture, please.
Madam, come on, you have to come. You have to come. This is great.
All right.
I will post it my uncle, you know.
Any other draw?
That's what me and you imagine. You know.
Jane Toby. Jane Toby. Thank you very much. Who's next? It's Thank you very much. This is one that. Please give her a big round of applause. Thank you. Who's next? Party Umi.
Kati.
Who? Party Umi.
Kati.
UMMI. That's my sister over there. Hey! Please give her a big round of applause. Oh, the 50-50.
No. Before the 50-50, if you don't have hair, you don't need this. If you are asking for hair erosion, you don't need this.
Are you talking to John?
All right. EGHOSA Alumni.
I don't have hair. I don't have hair. You know what? I'm going to give it to somebody. Okay, I'll donate it back.
What do you mean hair? If you need to put hair on your head.
I can shave my nose.
You don't have hair now. You don't have
I can shave my nose. Get the nose.
Okay.
I will
if you say so, take your pride.
I will take it. There you go.
Say donate it now.
Donate it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we are going to draw it again.
My wife said
we are going to draw it again. Pick another one, boy. It's a good ball.
This is professional hair clipper. Grooming kit.
But shouldn't I give it to somebody?
No, I'm drawing. No, this one is too much for this boy. Joshua. No, forget it. It's already done. We cannot go back. who be this woman?
Oh, that's my wife. It's not your this woman.
This is oppression.
That's here.
And I just shall be winner again.
Okay, 50-50.
Which one?
50-50. If we don't round up to 50-50.
Okay, 5 minutes, 5 minutes.
You take the speaker.
We are take the mic. Take the mic. The mic is my duty.
That's his duty.
Everyone here. What's up?
What's up? What's up?
How much is that?
We explain it.
270. Where's my young man? Come and take one ticket, please.
Yes.
The man don't answer. I don't care.
It's money, eh?
This is $270. We are going to split it into two.
50-50. Beyond you wear all your power. Shake.
This is 50-50. It could be you.
We are going to pay you for this. Don't worry.
You're getting cash, cash. Money. Okay, let's go.
Just take one out of it. One. I think so. I'm not expecting. If your number is...
Check your number.
480.
480.
374.
No. This is hey!
Patrick Ibea.
Yes, sir.
Patrick Ibea. Okay, make you share the money for everybody. You don't need it. Especially the MC.
You sure they will accept it?
They will. Just give MC 50 and you take the rest. That is it. That is it for now, right?
Let me take this opportunity to thank everybody for coming in to our fundraising. And we depend on each other for occasions like this. I know that a lot of us travel from far away to come to this occasion. And on behalf of the EGHOSA Alumni Association of Pennsylvania, of New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania, thank you very much for coming to share with us in this fundraiser. As you return back home, it's my prayer that everybody return back home safely. And for our chairman who came all the way from Florida, thank you very much. And we wish you a safe journey back home. And thank you everyone, and please drive safely. And if you have to fly, may God protect each and every one of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know this is the end of the party, and I want to say a special thank you to Dr. Okon. I am not saying this as president of the EGHOSA organization. I'm saying giving this thank you personally and on behalf of the rest of us that are members of the association, because he has been the backbone of this organization. I'm saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, the success of this evening is as good as the MC, the person who championed the occasion. So to Mr. Leslie Wohin, we say thank you. The DJ has been phenomenal, and so Abbey Music Productions, we say thank you. Thank you. To the management of this hotel, or Crown Plaza, the food was delicious. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, keynote speakers, Ms. Jane Toby. We cannot thank you enough. Not only did you teach in the school 60 years ago, you are still so much in touch with what is going on in the school. And to imagine that these paintings were preserved, these paintings were done by some of our students 60 years ago. And when she first showed them to me, I couldn't believe it. I said, who does such a thing? Ms. Jane Toby. So we appreciate your being here. We appreciate your steadfastness. And we appreciate you for all that you have done on behalf of the old school, EGHOSA Alumni School. To all our guests, both on the high table and all the distinguished guests who are here, all the different association presidents and members, we thank you. We wish you all a safe travel home. This evening has been phenomenal. It has been phenomenal in terms of fundraising. It has been phenomenal in terms of fun and even though we did not have enough time to dance, but we did do a little bit of dancing, and I saw the new steps. I'm not going to call on Miss Eresa and I saw the new moves, so I'm going to have to practice a little bit harder. I thank you all. I wish you all a safe travel home. And this has been one evening, and you can keep the donations coming, even though you did not, even if you donate today, we are always open to more donations. And we thank you, we appreciate your presence, and may the good Lord bless all of you. My wife, my in-laws, some friends, and family members. Au revoir. Goodbye. Thank you all so much.